What's going on, world? This is the young man Nuke, and you are tuned in to FRESHH Radio, where I bring you family, revolution, edutainment, spirituality, health, and hip-hop all in one show. And today, or this morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, we have on the line, we have Lea The Writer, and she is here to give us a good look into her book that she got called Diary of an Unorthodox GEMini. Now, I'm definitely going to ask her a few questions about that because I'm definitely interested in these Gemini people. So, Lea, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing?
Awesome. I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. That's what's up. Lea, can you tell the people about who you are and what this book is? This Diary of an Unorthodox GEMini.
I'm Lea The Writer, and this first book is completely compiled of nothing but poetry and creative expression. So it's not like a traditional book. It's all poetry, creative expression, more like spoken word and things of that sort.
Awesome. Now, what made you put together this book right here, Unorthodox GEMini?
It's like it's literally my personal diary. It's everything that I wrote like over the last about 4 or 5 years. Some go back to like 2013. The dates are in the book as well.
Awesome. So basically, you're a poetry writer. Is that correct?
Yes, but I write a lot more than just poetry. That's just what the first book is compiled of.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. I'm a poetry writer myself. I got a poetry book out there, and the audience know I'll be rapping, and so I'm really heavy off into the poetry for real. So like about these poems, are they just your typical Dr. Seuss type poems, or you got these intricate Maya Angelou poems? What's your style?
It's super innovative. This is a different type of writing. Just in general, I think I tell a lot of stories. I use a lot of analogies. And for me, when you read it, you pull out of your own experience. So you'll read about my experience, but hopefully the goal is for it to teach you about yours.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, you say this is like your personal journey, so you're like your diary that you put into poetry form. So I guess you're touching on a lot of sensitive and personal subjects in this book. What would be something that you feel would be relatable to everyone from your experience, not just in the book, but just from your experience?
Everything. Everything. I wrote about wasting time. I think that's something that we can all relate to. I wrote about toxic relationships. I think that's something that we can all relate to. I wrote a lot about like internal turmoil and conflict. I think that's something that we can all relate to. I think all of it. I think every title, every poem, every piece, they're all relatable. That was one of the main goals and my focus while writing was to make sure that it was able to be translated and people were able to understand it, and take it and apply it to whatever situation they had. So that was definitely the goal of writing the book.
Okay, that's what's up. Like, it's good to have like a world mind point of view, as I like to say. Like, did you have any? Well, let me ask you this question beforehand. Do you have any poetic influences that helped you craft this? I don't want to say this project, but your particular style.
Honestly, no, not really. Because it just kind of started from me telling my own truth. And I can say that Maya Angelou definitely, as a kid, was super influential. Iyanla Vanzant is incredible. She doesn't write, poetry and things, but her delivery, just trying to find the truth in everything, even my nonsense and my mess. I just wanted to develop a style that was not only honest but informative.
Right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Do you find yourself, being a woman and all, do you find yourself trying to not say relate more to the young women, but more so trying to guide them through whatever hurdles and obstacles that you had to overcome through your writings?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It is definitely way more for women. But what I did was I put in some pieces that I think express the male perspective a little bit, because I want to change how women relate to men, because I can't teach about being a man because I can't relate to that. But what I can relate to is how we can effectively communicate and build relationships with men. So that was the stance that I kind of took, and I got a couple of pieces in there to just kind of open up our minds and our perspectives to the things that men go through. Because sometimes I don't think we take that into consideration because we can't view it from that perspective.
Right.
So I didn't leave y'all out.
Definitely understand that.
I definitely didn't leave y'all out.
I mean, sure, sometimes it's good to leave us out because, it gives us something to miss, makes us be intrigued about something, you know what I mean? But I do appreciate you thinking about us when you put these words down on paper. Now, I did ask you a question beforehand. I asked you, is there a movement that you stand behind? And your response to that was that you were trying to create this particular movement. What movement are you trying to create?
I believe that everything moves forward. That's the goal to me. It's to promote and to push and to advocate for everything and everyone to move forward. So I just want to create a movement, of support and cultivating, our community and growing our relationships and just enhancing our overall experiences. Because I believe that, if every person can deposit something into the soil, it makes it a richer place for us all to live. So that's my goal with writing and interviews, and I just want everything to be forward, and I want my books and everything that I'm creating to be a safe space for people to grow, and to encourage it, to cultivate it, and to just make basic interactions and the things that we go through, healthy. I just want to promote better people, helping people get where they're trying to go and, really, really accomplish all the greatness that we can because, it's free.
Right. No, I dig that. I definitely dig that. There's nothing wrong with just trying to be a better you, at the end of the day. And then once you become a better you, the object would be to spread that, spread love, get love. I'm a firm believer in that. I definitely am. Now with this poetry book, you got something in there that jumps out at me personally. I'm heavily off into the astrological signs and things of that nature. Being I'm born on the first day of the cusp between Libra and Scorpio, so I'm a little bit crazy, but it is what it is. I see that you personally, it says that these are the unorthodox Gemini. So what makes you I'm just assuming here that you are a Gemini, but what makes you unorthodox?
My perspective.
So you're just saying like your perspective. You say what?
Huh?
What would you say?
They speak a great deal about, us being like bipolar and having, either we're hot or we're cold. And there are some that are that way. But I don't exactly operate like that. Especially as I get older and I get better, I try to operate from a perspective of understanding. So it makes me very unorthodox because I don't look at situations to create another problem. I look at them to create a solution. And in that, in this book, I'm telling a whole lot of truth that I never heard and that I think would have been beneficial had I really known the truth, or had I have had some understanding that things wouldn't always be great. You know, that you could do all the right things and still get the wrong results. You know, so I'm just telling a whole lot of truth that I think that we need to hear, because it's okay not to always be okay. You know, it's okay to struggle. It's okay to give your everything to something and for it not to work out. You know, we don't have those conversations, and it makes it really hard for us to recover from things because we're not always honest. You know, or we carry burdens, or we carry baggage into things because we're not honest about the experience, you know, or our situation, or we never tell our truth. And so because we never tell our truth, we don't realize that the power is within us to change it, you know, and to even speak it, you know. But a lot of the time, I don't want to, you know, it's like I don't want to tell my story because of how my parents will feel, or because of how my siblings will feel, or because of how my partner will feel, you know. But the reality of it is we're carrying all of this around with us, and we don't have to, you know. And so for me, I just felt I've always been super unorthodox, just very different. But for the first time, I'm kind of owning it, you know.
That is so beautiful because, you know, at the end of the day, like you said, you know, we are all individuals, you know, and the thing is, you know, individuals get paired up and coupled off, and then they lose self-identity. You know, they believe
Absolutely.
they can't operate outside of that couple, of that.
Absolutely.
I guess you could say it's especially in the social media world, man, it's this illusion that people feel that they got to put out. You know, just because you're in a relationship, the relationship has to be good. You know what I mean? You got to always have good time. You have to be taking pictures and hugged up and kissing. You know, nobody ever talks about their arguments on Facebook. They argue on Facebook, but they never talk about their arguments. You know what I mean? They never talk about the reasons they're upset. They just be upset. You know what I mean? And it's man, what was it called? It was it's just a delusion, man. Everybody thinks that we're living in this reality TV type world, and actually that's not the case. You know, people comparing themselves to the Joneses and don't even understand that the Joneses got issues too. You know, they need to own up your own issues before you can tackle somebody else's. And it was also, I love what you pointed out too, when you said that, you know, you got to work on yourself, you know, like, and let this be who you are, you know, because if you don't know who you are and have a firm grasp in who that is in your mind, other people can come in and create a world strictly for you. You know, so yeah, no, that's awesome. That's unorthodox for real.
You know, and
so yeah, no.
And it's like you have to understand that we were never taught that self-care was important. You know, if no one ever pulled you to the side and said, hey, before you can take care of them, you got to take care of you, you don't understand. You know, because it's like I'm giving you everything I got, and I'm giving more to you than what I'm giving to myself. But I'm going to always feel empty until I find it within me to give myself the things that I deserve, you know, to create that happiness within myself and for myself. You know, and it's a lot of things that we give other people power and permission to do that we have the power. You know, we have to allow, you know, no one can really make you feel any type of way. You have to give them permission or the power to be able to change your emotions. You know, but until we start having that conversation, you know, it's like we talk more about the victim than our own inner ability to have the power to overcome and elevate out of. You know, some really bad things happen to really good people, but it doesn't mean that we have to stay there. You know, and I think a part of us just coming together and just supporting people through the difficulty, because it's so much easier. I actually have a piece in the book called Mask, and I really go through all of because there are some very beneficial things about wearing a mask, you know, and putting on this image for people. There are some really, you know, there are some amazing pros with it. But what you don't learn until it's too late is that there's some cons to it too. And because people don't really know who you are, they can't be there for you. They can't support you. They don't know what your goals are. They don't know what you dream and what you really want in the core of your being because you're not being genuine. And it's like it's protective, but it also keeps people from getting to the place that you want them. Because you always feel neglected or you always feel like they don't understand. But they can't understand because you're not being relatable. You're not being real.
Yeah,
but it's like we got to start having those conversations.
It's so funny because to me, at least, because like I said, I'm in this entertainment industry, man. A lot of people, they put forth these personas that are not real. They're not authentic at all. And me personally, I'm going to be me. My rap name is my nickname that was given to me when I was 3 months old, and I just self-defined it. So, honestly, anything that I talk about on wax, it's like just an overextension of who I really am. You know what I mean? I don't talk about all the drugs I sold because I really didn't sell all those drugs. I only sold crack for 2 summers, and it was definitely an uneventful thing for me. But then you got those other cats that sold crack for all of their life, and they 14 years old, so you dig, like it's just and then you got the people on Instagram that are claiming to sell crack. I shouldn't even say this, but I got a cousin on Instagram right now who posts pictures of all the money that he done sold based on all the drugs he done sold, and you don't got no bank account. But then I also got another cousin who, I don't know why he flashes like 3 $20 bills and 4 $1 bills too. But that's him. I guess flashing money is the thing now. But me personally, I don't got no money to flash. I got too many children for all flashing money and plus all the money in the bank account. So it's it's just perspectives.
It's the validation that comes with it. Because when you're not able to be your own biggest fan, you need other people to applaud you to feel that. You need other people to tell you that you're doing a great job because you won't realize it for yourself. You need other people to tell you that outfit you got on looks incredible because inside of you is ugly. So you need that validation when you're insecure and you don't give it to yourself. You need someone else to check those things off your checklist for you. And so it's like that all of that comes with, because it's like when you go through things that you don't deal with and, you push them in a closet, it's only so much stuff that's going to fit in there. And so once you get to the point that nothing else fits and you slam it closed, it's going to swing open and all of your stuff, all of your baggage is going to spill out in the floor. And you have a choice. Either you can heal it or you can scoop it up and throw it back in there and continue to move. But it's like as long as you have that space inside of you, you will never be able to feel okay with who you are, the decisions you make, the choices that you choose. You will always be uneasy and unassertive, because you don't have that. You don't have that comfort that everything you're doing is who you are. Because when you have that, you don't need the validation because you get it from within yourself. You can look in the mirror and be like, yo, I'm a great person. I don't need to do, 700 favors for 500 people to tell me that I'm a good person. Because I woke up this morning, I looked at myself, and I knew that I made good choices. And I knew, I know I'm respectful. I know I'm kind. I know I'm loving. I'm caring, compassionate. Those are reasons for me to be a great person. So I don't need someone else to tell me, hey, Lea, you're a great person. No, I believe that because that is what I'm showing in real life. So I expect to reap that in return.
And, you just by the little 15, 20 minutes that we've been on the line, your outlook and your positivity is oozing over the conversation. So, I definitely want people to go out there and check out Diary of an Unorthodox GEMini. And definitely the gem is capitalized GEM because I'm pretty sure it's like a diamond in the rough type thing, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Now, I want to ask one more question about this poetry book. Seeing as this is the first book that you put out, would it be more poetry books that are coming out, or are you trying to branch off into other forms of writing or styles of writing?
My second book is about a few phases away from actually being complete as well. My second book is a women's workbook. It is it's an activity book for women, quote unquote, doing their work that really are trying to grow and move forward and heal. That has poetry in it. It has activity pages in it. It's just a really positive space for women to read it. Because I found that while I was trying to heal, I didn't have anything to turn me toward it. I didn't have a devotional that I could relate to. I didn't have, and I felt like a workbook would give women a safe space, some coping skills, some things to kind of interact with and just get back to, we did that as kids. We sat down, that's how we learned. That's how we learned to count. We did the little puzzles where you connect 1 all the way through 25 throughout the puzzle. And I think that's something that I want to get back to. Yeah, the mazes and all of those things, because I feel like we can relate all of those things to our lives, because, when we were kids, how many times did you draw through that maze and realize that you got to a part that wasn't the end, so you had to erase your line and start over? I think we can relate all of those things to our genuine personal experiences. And so that is my second book.
When is this book going to be released?
The second one? I'm working right now. My goal is for it to be out by September.
By September. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And now this current book, The Diary of the Unorthodox GEMini, tell the people where that's available at, how they can get it.
It will be available in about 7 days. It will be available on Amazon. If you follow me on Facebook, it's just Lea The Writer, or if you follow me on Instagram, it's Lea The Writer with an underscore at the end. You will be able to purchase them directly from me. My website will probably be done in about 3 or 4 days, and I'll forward them to that from my actual social media pages. But it will also be available on Amazon. The ebook is actually available already, but the paperback and hard copy books will not be available for about another 7 days.
That's awesome. But still, progress is a process, no matter where you at in that process. So, more power to you.
And I gotta make sure it's perfect. It's been. Listen, I had to make it perfect. It's been through about 5 editors. I had to make it perfect.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I understand that because I'm a perfectionist. I was just talking about being perfect, and I push myself to perfection anytime I do what I do, and that's a bad thing because, man, I've been working. I think I put it on Twitter the other day. I've been working on a project for the past 5 or 6 years just because it's not perfect enough for me, and my fans, quote unquote, I don't like to call them fans, but people that like to listen to my music, they are suffering because I just don't release music as often as I should. But that gives me the outlet to do things like this, and I it's not always about me, I started this platform just so I could reach out to other people who are creators and who had other things going on in their plate besides me. I'm definitely one that I can run my mouth and I can talk about things. And, I got a poetry book out too, but just because I got a poetry book out don't mean that other people aren't making poetry. So I definitely appreciate you coming through and blessing us with all the information that you have. Yeah, and then one more time, Lea, before you dip out, definitely tell the people how they can get in contact with you, and one more time, tell them how they can get the book.
Okay, they can contact me at Lea The Writer on Facebook. They can contact me on Instagram at Lea The Writer with the underscore behind it. You can email me at bookleathewriter@gmail.com. And the hard copy books will be available on Amazon in about 7 days, or if you write me on any of my social media accounts, I will be able to seal your order as well with an autographed copy and a free bookmark if you order from me.
Look at that, the free bookmark and an autograph, man. Y'all need to go pick up 2 copies just for that. Ain't nobody giving you a bookmark when you go get a book. That's what it is, man. You got to keep your place in life and not only on the pages. Man, I would do it. Like I say, once again, I appreciate you stopping by. I definitely do. And when you release the workbook, the women's workbook, definitely come through and talk to us about that. You know, I might have to go pick up a copy from my girls. So I got enough copies. You know, and man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'd love to come back.
Awesome. That's what's up. That's what's up. We like to hear that. Now, man, and without further ado, man, this is the Young Man Nuke, and you've tuned in to Fresh Radio. I got Lea The Writer, and definitely go pick up 1, 2, 3 copies of that hot diary of An Unorthodox GEMini. It's available right now as a digital download, and it will be available within 7 days as a paperback copy. So, definitely get that, man. You all have a nice day, man, and, man, y'all be smooth. Peace.